You know how you can tell when your presidential campaign is totally doing great and there's no problems at all? You can tell when you have to go on national news to tell people that, nope, your campaign is totally doing well. Um, Obviously, that is sarcasm, and typically that's the first sign that things are, of course, circling the drain. But unfortunately for Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, that is exactly what happened this past weekend when DeSantis had to go on Fox News to tell everybody, don't worry, nothing to see here. My campaign is totally running smoothly the way we thought it would. And according to DeSantis, the way that he knows that everything is going super cool is because he's able to draw dozens of people to his events. Now, late last week, Ron DeSantis held an event in Iowa. It was a small one, granted, but according to the pictures, it looked like only 12 people showed up. And of course, that's a big problem if you're in Iowa, the first caucus state for the Republicans, and you can only get a dozen people to show up. But DeSantis assured us that, that's only a fraction of what he usually gets, because typically he gets between 30 and 40 people showing up. And for the record, I'm not exaggerating because that is exactly what DeSantis told Fox News. Here is the clip, DeSantis boasting about 30 people occasionally showing up to hear him talk. Here he is.
The governor doesn't do retail campaigning. He's not going to be able to go to Iowa. And then, yesterday I'm out there doing events. We have 30, 40 people at some of these things, shaking hands, answering questions, doing all that. They're like, oh, well, he can do it. So these are predetermined narratives that they have.
Well, there you have it, folks. 30 to 40 people. I mean, obviously, the guy's campaign is doing way better than we thought because he can get 30 people. Sometimes, on a good day, 40 people are totally going to show up and, fill out some of the chairs in those auditoriums and restaurants where he likes to talk. But yeah, I'd say your campaign is pretty much circling the drain. And by the way, it's not just the fact that people aren't showing up to listen to Ron DeSantis. What's happening right now is donors have decided they're done as well. So far, Ron DeSantis, in his first 2 months since announcing his official run for president, has raised $20 million. But he's also spent $8 million for a net of $12 million. And even though he spent $8 million, he's still dropped in the polls. His financial situation is now getting so bad that he has had to fire 12 mid-level staffers. Not just low-level folks, mid-level staffers. And the campaign says more cuts are on the way. And he's doing that because he doesn't have any money. And the reason he doesn't have enough money is because his donors are out there begging him to stop being stupid. Also, not exaggerating about that. Here is how one put it according to CNN. This is a Republican fundraiser who spoke to CNN and said, quote, "People want to support Ron, but don't like this kind of stupid stuff. There are people on his team who are trying to win petty wars that make Ron look stupid. If they get that taken care of and just let Ron and Casey be Ron and Casey, then they'll be much better off." Okay. So that's the problem. It's not that Ron DeSantis is an exceptionally unlikable and stupid person who has no policy positions on anything other than saying the word woke repeatedly. That's not the problem at all, according to the Republican fundraiser. The problem is that he's got staffers that just want to, go tit for tat with Donald Trump's people. That's the real problem. No. The problem is you've got a guy who has no accomplishments to his name. The few things that he has done here in Florida that he has campaigned on, the war on woke, where woke goes to die, those have now all been overturned by the court system. So he doesn't even technically have those accomplishments to brag about. He has no plans for the economy. The inflation rate in his home state of Florida is now at 9% versus the national rate of 3%. We have a housing crisis here in Florida with home prices rising faster than in any other area of the country. We have insurers pulling out of the state of Florida. Florida's going to hell under Ron DeSantis' leadership, and the entire country is looking at us because, of course, Ron DeSantis has put Florida out there on the national stage. And they understand that he is the guy in charge as we continue to go to hell. The donors see it, the voters see it, and that is why everybody is abandoning this Titanic of a presidential campaign. Because they've hit that iceberg already, but DeSantis refuses to admit that the ship is going down. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.